The Ender Artifact, one of the most useful talismans in Hypixel Skyblock, and in today's video I'm going to be telling you, is it worth it? Okay, so the first thing we should do is check the price. Let's check the price of an Ender Artifact and see how much it goes for on the auction house. Guys, so the lowest Ender Artifact on the auction house right now is going to be going for 423 million coins. So that is actually a lot of money here. So it's going to be costing you lots of money. Now let's see what it does here. Reduces the damage taken from Endermen, Ender Dragons, and Endermites by 20%. That 20% less damage from end mobs is actually going to be really helpful towards Enderman Slayer. Now, people usually just buy this talisman because of the Enderman perks. It's 20% less damage from Enderman taken too. And the Ender Artifact is going to be really helpful if you're trying to do tier 3 or tier 4 Void Glooms. So that's why people actually try to buy the Ender Artifact, or just try to like grind it out. Like try to get it from the dark auction or try to like buy it off the auction house, is because it's really good for doing Enderman Slayer, and it's going to be helping you like not die all the time from tier 3 and tier 4 Void Glooms. Okay, so we looked at the price of an Ender Artifact, and now let's move on to the next section, how to get the Ender Artifact. You get the Ender Artifact from the auction house or the dark auction. Now, people usually just get it from the auction house because it's easier to get, because it has a 7 to 8% chance of spawning in the dark auction and can only be spawned in once every like time the dark auction is there. And also, you guys know the dark auction, how people bid like so many coins on random items in Hypixel Skyblock. Well, the Ender Artifact is probably gonna get bid like a lot of coins too. So that's why I would say it's probably just easier to buy it off the auction house than like go to the dark auction and try to do it. Okay, so the final thing today we're going to be talking about is what the Ender Artifact is actually useful for. Now, the Ender Artifact is actually useful for doing Enderman Slayer. I already said this before. Now, why is it useful for doing Enderman Slayer? Well, it's useful for doing Enderman Slayer because tier 3 and tier 4 Void Glooms have a lot of health and deal a lot of damage. And you don't really need the Ender Artifact for tier 1s and tier 2s because they're not that hard to kill. Tier 2s are a little hard, but you don't really need a 400 mil talisman for that. And yeah, as you guys can see right here, a tier 3 has 50 million health, 12,000 damage per second. And it has like a lot of other perks that like sort of deal a lot of damage to you. And tier 4s, well, you guessed it, are even worse. The only difference with tier 3 and tier 4s is that tier 4s cost more to start, give you more Enderman Slayer XP, and it has more health and more damage. That's really the difference. The perks that they give you, like the damage perks, are really the same over here. They're literally just the same. But tier 4s, believe it or not, are really hard to do. A lot of you people already know that. Now, something I wanted to say here is you guys can see this Enderian, or however you say that, take 30% less damage from end monsters. Now, add that with the Ender Artifact, and you get 50% less damage from end monsters. And that is really good. I'm not even joking with you. That's really good. And so that's going to be helping you a lot in Enderman Slayer. That's why the Enderman pet, the mythic level 100 or legendary level 100 Enderman pet, is so important to have. I guess you also gain combat XP, but that's like the mythic perk. But like that's why the Enderman pet is actually really important to have. And that's why the Ender Artifact is like really, really good for doing Enderman Slayer. Now, the moment you guys have all been waiting for, is the Ender Artifact worth it? Well, the answer is it depends. It depends because if you're that kind of person who just like wants to do Enderman Slayer and is just trying to grind out Enderman Slayer, then yes, the Ender Artifact would be worth it. But if you're that kind of person who just doesn't want to do Enderman Slayer and is just not into it right now, then no, it would not be worth it, because as you guys can see the price tag of the Ender Artifact, 400 mil, like that's really expensive. I'm not even gonna lie with you guys, that's really expensive. So it's only worth it if you're going to do Enderman Slayer and you're gonna like actually do Enderman Slayer at tier 3s and tier 4s, mostly tier 4s. If you're just gonna like grind out tier 4s, then yes, the Ender Artifact would be worth it. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video on me telling you if the Ender artifact is worth it or not. And if you guys are still here watching this video and if you really enjoyed it, leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and the bell. It would really help me out a lot, and it would really mean a lot to me. Like, I'm serious, it actually means a lot to me if you guys do that. And I'll catch you guys next video. Bye guys!